Not bitter over disappointments, not discouraged over what didn't work out, not upset because it's taken longer. There were delays and detours. God is saying, if you'll keep traveling steadily, being faithful when nobody is noticing, doing the right thing when it's uncomfortable, not complaining because you don't see things changing, then you're going to give birth to dreams bigger than you've imagined. God's going to do uncommon, unusual, extraordinary things. The night Mary gave birth, there were shepherds out in the field. An angel appeared to them and said, I have good news. The Messiah has been born in Bethlehem. This is...
I'm going to try to... I got to get them windows down, though. The air, with the air on, you can't hardly hear me. Hey, Kool-Aid. I know that's what y'all gonna say. Yes, got my little Kool-Aid Man shirt on. Today it is Saturday. It's Saturday, July 24th. It is hot, so I'm trying to stay hydrated. Yeah, it reminds me every time it's hot outside. When I get outside, I think about, you know, Marchello and all the other incarcerated citizens. You know, we just did that Beat the Heat challenge last week. And it was a challenge that they have a simulator of a Florida DOC cell. And it's to bring attention to the fact that there is no AC at all. No, not even circulating air. There's not air in Florida DOCs. And that's just a basic human necessity. It's not about, you know, you did the crime, you did the time and all that other stuff. It's about what does a basic human require to just live, you know. And it's inhumane how hot it is in there. And it's not just the incarcerated citizens. The guards that actually work there have to work in that heat. So it is something that should be fixed. So every time it's hot as I don't know what, I be in my car hot. It makes me feel so bad for Marchello and stuff like that. I was explaining to him about the Beat the Heat challenge. And he was like, so how did you feel afterwards? And I'm like, I don't know. It's really like emotional because it's I wanted to get out of there, honestly. Like, when was this 3 minutes gonna end? But see, he cannot get out of there. He's there. He has to do year upon year upon year. And he's like, well, you don't even hardly hear me complain about it either, do you? And I'm like, no. And it's just something that they have to learn to live with. Like, even now, it's not unbearably hot, but it is rather hot in my car. And I have to leave the windows. I have it cracked just a little bit, but it's barely any heat. I'm sorry, barely any air coming in here. But and I have to cut the air down just so that I can record this video for you guys. So I'm already uncomfortable. I already want to push cut on this video so that I can go ahead and turn the AC up. But it's just to know that they don't have any options. They don't have any choices. Once that, you know, when it's hot, it's hot. So I guess this is another ride with your girl Cannell. Okay, so the thing, what have I been up to? I know we just did one of these, so I'm probably covered almost everything that I'm doing right now, but I'm always doing something new. So right at this moment, I did just get out D_Almighty Max. He has all of his encore episodes uploaded. Me and him, we review that show together. I need to get over there and catch up on the shows because I haven't even been watching them. So I just sit in on his, you know, review of them. So today I'm going over there so we can get episode 7 done. 7 just happened last Wednesday, but we want to get, our goal is to get that one out before episode 8 comes out this Wednesday coming up. We got to get back on track. There's a couple of shows that I should be reviewing. There's new episodes, I believe, of Love After Lockup. That show was my jam. Like, that really was my jam when I was watching TV. But I think when 2020 happened, I completely left TV. I stopped watching TV. What is it? Oh, I stopped watching TV, and I was like engulfed in YouTube, watching other YouTubers and working on my own YouTube. So I rarely watch TV. I think the only other time I started back, I used to watch Black Ink Crew. I loved Black Ink Crew. Is black artists pursuing their goals loud. They got plenty drama, but I still love to see somebody out there and in a creative field, and they're making it, crushing it, killing it. That I actually freaked out when my aunt actually took me to Black Ink Chicago. You couldn't get in there, and I lost all my pictures from that trip. I don't know, my aunt may have some, maybe if she could send me some. But I was like freaking out, like this is the actual location that they filmed my show at. Now I do like Black Ink New York too, but I like Chicago as well. Besides that, I kind of used to watch Love and Hip Hop, but I laid off of that like a long time ago because that stuff, I used to like it because it actually used to be about hip hop and people in the studio and grinding and this, and so you can see why I could relate to that. But then it started being just drama. I don't relate to drama like that. A lot of it is funny and interesting, but you know, I'd rather watch something that is going to motivate me on my hustle, on my grind. For Life, that show, that had me all engulfed last year. That was with Aaron. He was a incarcerated citizen, and he became a lawyer, and he was like doing both. He was fighting cases, his own cases in there, like them little court sessions inside the DOC. You see, when they call it DR court here. I don't know what they call it, you know, in other states or whatever. But when you get a DR, pretty much, you know, it's like a case inside the prison. They'll say that the guard will write you up, say you did this, and that, and then you have the, you know, the right to fight it. But you can't win. You cannot win against them. Like, they're always right. Whether they're right or they're wrong, they're right. Just like this situation with our visitations being taken. They're wrong, but they're right. And it's just you take whatever we give you and go sit down. And that's what happens with our loved ones inside with DR court and all of that. But this guy, Aaron, he actually became a lawyer after fighting a few of those cases. And then he started working on other cases to help people get out. But it all was basically, each one was strategically to help him get out. But in turn, I guess he found whatever he was supposed to be doing in his life. The show was absolutely awesome. But when he got out, it kind of lost a little interest for me when he did get out. I guess because that part I cannot relate to, because I don't know what it feels like for Marchello to get out. I stopped even, you know, imagining and wishing for that day. It used to be that, you know, when it first happened that he was incarcerated, I'd be like, oh yeah, that day when he come home, that day. And now it feels like that day will never happen. I know there is a date for it. It's in 2039, but you know, that's not right around the corner. It will be here though one day. You know, God willing, I guess it will be here, but it's not a date that you can just, you know, get to right away. So, yesterday, I was finally, to take it back a little bit, my challenge, the Beat the Heat challenge, was on that Tuesday. Tuesday also, I had signed up to do Sean Cannell's what was it? Oh, I want to say it correctly. Sean Cannell's 1K YouTube challenge. That's what it is. Sean Cannell's 1K YouTube challenge. I wanted to say that correctly. But yeah, it started on Tuesday. And what it was it was a 5-day challenge. There was actually 7 sessions telling you like all the ways to start a YouTube channel and to grow it. So I've started my YouTube channel and I have seen growth. I haven't seen the growth that I want to see, but I do know that all the work that I've put in there, if it will actually ever grow, like exponent, trying to use big words but can't get them out, exponentially, probably didn't even say that right, but you know what I'm saying, to the X power or whatever, like that. I don't want to add, I want to multiply. And I want to the next power. That's how I want to grow. I want to add, like time is out for adding. But to get to that point, I think I'm gonna have to take it back to basics. So he went over a few pointers, the ASQ. That is a strategy to gain followers. And that is answering specific questions. So if you guys have any questions at all for me, please ask them, like about being with someone that's incarcerated. If it is, I mean, that's the whole basis of this channel. But hey, I'm an artist. If you want to know anything about art, if you want to know anything about graphic design, anything about music, you could ask that too. But I mean, that's not the whole. The main basis of my channel is that I am a prison wife and I'm dealing with this legal system. But, you know, there's other aspects. So ask questions in the comment section. I am going to make specific videos, if I can, to answer your questions. And they were saying that specific questions will grow your YouTube because you're answering what people are coming to YouTube for. Okay, the second method was TSS, and that was, what did TSS mean? Oh, where's my notes? I can't get them out while I'm driving. TSS, specific, teach specific skills. Yes, that's what it was. So I did start making a little video teaching you how, and I'm editing that now, how I actually make my hand painted shirts. But there's other things that I could teach you because I am a wealth of knowledge. I can teach you skills on how to balance everything in freaking life. Even though I'm not doing it the best, I have learned how to balance life, work life, school life, motherhood. There go the phone right now. Y'all see constant interruptions. How do I create with constant interruptions? I can teach y'all something. Yes, so teach specific skills. I do want to, I'm starting another channel when I get a little free time where I'm going to be teaching Photoshop and art. I'm going to be teaching how to draw basics from the basic, because when I went to school, I didn't go to school to learn how to draw at all. I went to school for graphic design. And when they would teach like over my head, like assuming that I already knew a whole bunch of stuff, and they didn't teach the basics. So whenever I was looking for a tutorial, I would get lost in class. Number one, because I'm not a person that can learn by listening to the teacher. I get lost off rip. The teacher would just start his little, talking session or teaching session. And I mean, at first I would stop him, ask a question. And the thing was that I went to school with a lot of younger people, and they never had questions. And everybody he'd be like, do you got it? Yeah, everybody's good. And I'm like, I got a question. And then they're like, oh my gosh, the old woman has another question. So then he'll explain it to me, and then they'll be like, everybody good? No, but I got another question. Oh my gosh, lady, we're ready to go, but you got all these freaking questions. So it would kind of embarrass me to have 1,000,001 questions, but I just don't understand. Like, when I'm learning a process, baby, it takes me a long time. I am not a quick learner at all. That's why I did not do good in school. Like, I mean, regular school, grade school, I think I probably did okay. But middle school and high school, baby, I was lost. Only thing I did good was art, and that was it. And I think we did good. I did good in PE as well. So we would just gather around, get together, rap, walk the track, and play Foursquare and fight about who's gonna be in the fourth square. But I was lost during school, and it's because of my learning style. I don't learn easily, but once I got something, baby, I got it, and I'm good. So I learned mostly, it would fly over my head, and I would go home, and I would basically have to learn on my own, with my own computer, looking up tutorials, the easiest tutorials, not those complicated ones that expect me to already know what the heck they're talking about, because I don't know, I'm lost. But I want to make those type of tutorials for people just like me, because anybody can learn. It's just how you're being taught. Like, a lot of people teach like too advanced. They teach too advancedly, and you just can't understand it. Okay, so, and there was another. Ooh, maybe I'll do a whole video for you guys, but right now, those are the only ones I can remember. The strategies, I took notes. I'm going to go back through them. And then there were 5 daily challenges. I think it was 4. If I miss, I got to go back and look, because it may have been 5. But you have to actually take action, do the challenges. So I'm going to do the challenges. If you would like me to record it and bring you along with me, then I will. But the challenge ended, I believe, yesterday. And then Monday, they're going to have a wrap-up party. So the weekend is our day to catch up. So all yesterday, I had been like watching those replays, because they have been doing class since Monday. But I was going down, getting ready for the challenge. And then Tuesday, I went down for the challenge. So I wasn't able to work on that. And then on Tuesdays, I have my Second Chances summer camp, which I got to catch up on that. I can take y'all along with that, with me on that too, as I prepare Marchello's media package for his second chance, campaigning for him for a second chance in the state of Florida, which will actually be his first chance, because he didn't get a second chance. He didn't get a first chance. But yeah, so we got that going on. I'm gonna get all that up to date. So I spoke to Marchello this morning, and he's like, Keita, why don't you just take a break? So we're gonna go through that conversation again. If I take a break, all the momentum that I have gained, which it is little, but I will lose it. You lose momentum. Like, what's his name say? Momentum. Get your momentum up. Pop said that, your momentum. So once I get my momentum up, if I stop, my momentum goes down. My momentum goes down, and I lose that traction that I've gained. So I cannot stop. I can cut back a little bit, but this is actually, now I'm going into vacation. My vacation ended up being smacked together with my leave. I had to take a leave for my back. They signed me back, but then I had a vacation that I asked for. So now I'm on vacation. So once I finally go back to work, my fear is that I won't have that time to create like I was before. So I'm trying to push out as much content, working on the YouTube, working on Marchello's case, working on building this, and the YouTube is more than a YouTube. I'm basically trying to make an online business that's automated, that can get me the large amount of money that I need for his legal defense, and that can also secure that I can be able to take care of myself without, having to harm my body too much longer, because my body is kind of falling apart. The Cadillac, I'm a classic Cadillac. I'm not one of these new ones that's out here on the road. Your girl is classic, and you know how a classic can fall apart on you. You got to put work into it. You got to be gentle with a classic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I did this morning get out my super rapping woman video. It came out in the middle of the night. It was a throwback Thursday, and I'm going to continue with it. Even though Thursday had passed us, I started the video editing it on Thursday. So now I know my throwback Thursdays, I'm going to have to actually start getting prepared for them on Tuesdays. But the whole point of it is to show you all this work that I have done for Project Reach the World, because it is a collection of artwork that is meant to bring attention to Marchello Jackson's wrongful conviction. And not just Marchello Jackson. The state of our whole justice system is just kind of, I think it's like one of those mirrors, those one-way mirrors, where you could see, when you look at it, you see your reflection, and then there's something actually going on behind that mirror, but you can't see that. All you see is what's being reflected back to you. And that's how the justice system is. When you look at the justice system through the regular untrained eye, through the average person, you believe it's working because you're looking at it. It looks like it's working. They're keeping the bad guys off the street. They're keeping us safe. Yeah, that's what you see. But there's stuff going on behind it. And the only time you see that backdrop is when you or your loved one actually gets into that system. That's when you see the real. And that's when you really see how this system works. And it's not anything like you thought it was. You think you have right to this, to that, to, they can't just lock you up without evidence, and you have the right to a fair trial, and you get a jury before your peers, and baby, none of that happens. It might happen if you got plenty money behind you, like Diddy. Them people, they gonna get fair trials. Whoever got stacks on stacks on stacks, they gonna get fair trials. But the average person does not have that, because the average person works paycheck to freaking paycheck. Those are the ones that cannot survive this system and will not survive this system. But so I tried to bring attention to that. I think that's why my music ain't work, because they ain't want me telling all that stuff, and the music, especially, I ain't finna play that on the radio. They'd have snatched that off with quickness, especially in the time that I was doing that back in 2006, 2005. Nobody was talking about justice and Black Lives Matter and inmate lives matter. Even though I don't like the word inmate anymore, I was schooled on that word. That's why I say incarcerated citizens, because when I went to session earlier this year, I was showing my Project Reach the World bracelet. I'll actually pop that in there. But it was made by an incarcerated citizen. I was doing Project Reach the World back with prison wives and stuff like that, making t-shirts and caricatures for them. I can show you a couple of them here, But they were so excited about it, saying that this was a lot of times the only time that they had a picture of them and their incarcerated loved one together at all. That's it. So they were really like excited about it and stuff like that. So in turn, one of the prison wives, I did her a couple of pictures, and she's awesome too. I did a project with her for her class. I can show that to you. Yeah, I illustrated it. She came up with the concept. That is not my concept at all. All kudos go to her. But she did allow me to illustrate for her and stuff like that. It was called Pen to Pen. And that was really awesome. But because she was so grateful, her husband, who was incarcerated, had designed a Project Reach the World bracelet for me, a leather band bracelet. It was so beautiful. I still have it. Actually, my wrist is huge as heck, so he made it one time, but it wouldn't fit me. So they went back, and he was gracious enough to make it again, because I got them big old wrists. Marchello say they artist wrist. But yeah, so I was showing her, she wanted to see, one of the ladies at the session wanted to see my bracelet, and I said, oh, it was done by an inmate that's from another state. And she was like, oh, no, we don't use that word inmate. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she was like, no, because that's how they call them when they're in prison. Inmate, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a derogatory term. They use it to make known that, hey, you're beneath me because you're an inmate and I am a guard. So I'm up here and you're down here. So the word is used in a derogatory manner. So we want to destigmatize the whole criminal justice prison system so that the average person doesn't all correlate prison to bad people. No, prison is basically a bunch of people that had something missing out their freaking lives. Like something was freaking missing or broken or something. They ran into trouble. They lacked this. They lacked that. It's a lot of different things that can end you up in prison. And it's not most times just because a person is freaking bad. People are most times products of their environment. So maybe they come from a bad environment, but it doesn't make the person bad. But so she was like, no, we call them incarcerated citizens because they are citizens. And they were, we had a groundbreaking, it was a groundbreaking legal suit. And that's how our loved ones were able to get the stimulus package, because they went to filing them, and then they got like word back, no, return all those monies if you file for the stimulus and this and that. And then there was a lawsuit that was brought forward saying, hey, no, they're U.S. citizens. They don't need to return nothing. This stimulus package is for everybody, every citizen. Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter where you're housed or where you're warehoused, because that's what they're doing, warehousing people. You're a citizen. So, so they're incarcerated citizens, and they have legally been named incarcerated citizens. So every now and then I do slip up and say inmate, because that's what we've always called people that are in prison, inmate or prisoner. But now we're going to start recognizing them as citizens, as humans, as people. I'm almost to my cousin's house, so our little conversation about to be up soon. We're about to record. I guess he's finna cook. He said some mashed potatoes and, what is it? Meatloaf or something. My cousin is the blind chef. Yeah, my cousin is the blind chef. I'm the legally blind artist. So we do a lot of stuff together over there. So I'm headed into his house to go ahead and record. He always let me know last minute, because I was up there editing, trying to get out this video, telling y'all, like showing y'all where I was telling my story times, all the story times I've been wanting to tell for a million years. Telling them as you watch me actually make these hair pieces. I didn't want to interrupt our call earlier. Our talk earlier.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's because you might be outside already.
Yeah, I'm pulling up now.
Yeah, what you had told me, you were going to go to Walmart today.
You said, I know we could go to Walmart anytime for they clothes, but you said you wasn't coming back over here.
Yeah, I was just going to send you my card get grab me just a few items. I don't know. I'm just feeling hurt. It's feeling hurt.
I
I see
bought a
that.
speaker I need to take back to Walmart, but I ain't got it boxed
if I
up.
go, it's going to be real. It's so hot outside. I'm in the sun.
Yeah, I know, because I was just walking outside.
But I got I see
but
that.
think about the incarcerated citizens that are in this heat.
I'm in this fucking shit now.
You ain't no incarcerated citizen.
I don't have to be. It's hot as fuck. But I see that the adapter. I don't have to buy the whole adapter. I see you can buy like the tips for like $6 or something.
For the printer?
No, for the laptop.
Oh.
And I can't find that piece to go to my laptop. And the printer, I don't know how much it costs.
Oh. No, I got several. I just have to look for them.
Yeah, because you had the instructions and everything that was sticking dead inside the thing. And then all of a sudden it disappeared.
All right, well, let me go on in and record this. He's supposed to be making some meatloaf.
And see, because she grabbed me some stuff. And you grab what I want. But I want me one of them cheesecakes or something. I just don't feel good. On that side of the town and take Mike to go ahead.
I'm not taking, we recording a movie, not a movie, a video.
Well, then I wait till about 7 or something. They gotta cool off. I can't go out there.
All right,
I went out there this morning.
I gotta use this bathroom. I mean, you can stay on the speaker. I got to use it. I just pull up and got to use it right away now. Well, now you know the secret out that you're not cooking yourself. That other people cooking for you.
No, he only cooking rice. And I don't know how to cook rice.
Why you can't cook rice?
I don't know.
Ain't it just boiling?
Nah, baby.
Yeah, I have actually cooked rice now, and I don't even
come out
cook.
bushy?
No, it came out good.
No, rice you have to measure. He don't measure, but with 1 cup of rice is 2 cups of water. So that's how I was taught to make rice at the blind school.
All right, guys. It's your girl Cadillac. I'm waiting on him to finish this
I had
intro.
to concentrate. I don't want to make no mess. What up, y'all? This your boy Mighty Mac.
And it's your girl Cadillac.
Sorry. And together with the
Cousins in crime.
And the boy Cadillac.
Oh, and the boy Cadillac. We got a little guest. Yeah, he the boy Cadillac.
All right, y'all. So y'all probably catching me. I wanted to get the full making of the dinner, but unfortunately, time was cutting close. My editing team kind of showed up a little late. So unfortunately, all you guys is gonna see is the process of it. My chicken is already in, but it's wrapped up, so you can't see that. Right here we have peaches. I'm making peaches and dumplings. Instead of peach cobbler, that takes too long. Like I said, time is cutting close.
What's the difference?
So peaches and dumplings is just, you smell it, you just smell it, right?
Cadillac
It's
chicken.
It ain't done yet. You want the raw chicken, you're gonna get something else. But peaches and dumplings is just peaches, and I did it the cheap way. I got some croissants over there, the crescents, like the dough, and I'm gonna just rip the dough and put it in. And I already seasoned my peaches. I got the butter. I put brown sugar in it, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla extract, and then I'm gonna put the dumplings in. The beach cobbler is made the same exact way, but no dumplings, and then the crust goes on the bottom and the top to actually make form and hold it together. So that's the difference. Peaches and dumplings just made on stove top. You can make it if you want, but it's the quick way of peach cobbler. Over here I have yellow rice. I didn't put that on because I don't know how to cook rice, so my fiance did that. And I'm putting my green beans on now. My green beans are gonna be in the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn those on. Oh, my air fryer's in the way. Put my green beans on and let that cook for a second. And then, okay, I heard it crank up, y'all. So after my green beans is gonna be done cooking, I just watch it work. Okay, y'all, but when we came today, let's go and get into why we came today. I just want to show y'all what I was doing while I was preparing this dinner in the movie.
Yeah, because we ain't did no,
Preparing this dinner.
you know, he is the blind chef, but we ain't did no cooking videos in a little minute.
Right.
So we try to combine them together.
So, tonight episode that we finna get in on our show tonight, Conversations with Lack and Mac. Conversations with Mac and Lack. Oh, I did say that. I thought I said Conversations with Lack and Mac. I did.
Oh, you don't want to put my name first. You want to make sure. You want to make sure yours go first.
Let me rephrase that, y'all. But no, I'm just joking. But so tonight we're gonna get into it. We coming at y'all with another review for BET The Encore. The BET presents The Encore episode 8. And this episode was kind of
and just let y'all know, I did binge watch the whole season because
did you watch episode 8?
No, I didn't get the last one.
Yeah.
But you know, I was behind in the episode.
Y'all follow me real quick. I'm sorry to cut Cadillac off, but follow me real quick. It's getting hot in this kitchen, and let's go to our little area. All right, y'all. So now that we all set up, so let's go and get into this episode. It was episode 8.
Walmart about the only place you come in for one thing, they ain't got it, and you leave with something else. Yeah, I got these. That's crazy. Came in for a wireless adapter. No, not wireless adapter. The little laptop cords that have the interchangeable, that has all the different ends on it, so you can use it to any laptop. I just need the tips though.
It's a good Cadillac.